Hey, fellow preppers on Facebook. So everybody was talking about the drones and what use they could have, so I figured I'd just whip up a video real quick today. Try to touch bases on the pros and cons. So here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go over the different drones and their purposes, pros and cons. Just a quick video on it, but quickest I can make it. This is a typical quad setup. I don't have my goggles in the video. They're downstairs with some other stuff, but let's see. This one here is a what they call tiny whoop. It's very fast, do about 50 miles an hour. It's got the awesome camera in front. It's a 4K. Uh, it'll take unbelievable video. It'll also take video in low light. So it's a pretty fun little one. More of a fun drone. You can buy these for about 250 bucks. They use these batteries. They're 3 cell, just tiny little batteries. Um, and they just slide in underneath the drone. They got a little holder there, slides in there and connects to the connector. And then we've got this bad boy, the 7-inch quad. I put my GoPro right in there in that little square, and the battery rests on top. This also has a 4K camera, low light, unbelievable cameras. Can't say enough about them. It's a beast. And that little one is slower. That one will do about 140, give or take. It's extremely quick. It'll get you where you need to go in no time. But this only gets about a 6-minute flight time, whereas as well as the Whoop gets about 6 minutes. The Mavic Air gets 20 something. So if you want to get someone quick, that's the one. All kinds of different things you could use it for in 6 minutes, depending on if it were a shit hit the fan scenario. These props are 5-inch. I've got another one. Oh, and this battery, this is a brick. This goes on top. That'll get about 25 minutes flight time, but it's a lot slow. It slows it down. Typical batteries are about half this size as this battery. So, you know, depending on what you want to do, depends on the battery that you're going to use. The quads all use these type batteries. They're fire hazards, so use a bag. That quad and that battery are fire hazards. They're LiPo batteries, so you keep them in a bag. Whereas the Mavic, you don't have to worry about that so much. This is the controller. It's a Taranis X7, Taranis QX7. Turn it on here. And you can't hear it in the video, but it talks to you. It says that you're on and ready to go. Always says throw on a warning for whatever reason. Click it off. It says Black Widow because that's the name of the 7-inch quad that I've got there. And it'll control that. It'll control the Whoop. It'll control my large one that I've got downstairs and a simulator that I get on the computer. There's throttle sticks left and right, and this is your yaw left and right and forward and back. You got toggles for different things. You can assign to different things, flight modes, etc. So that's a pretty general run-of-the-mill controller. Probably about 150 bucks you can pick them up for. Like I said, it'll control that quad. It'll control the Whoop. I've got a big one downstairs that's about, well, it's got 9-inch props. Those are 5-inch props there. I've got one downstairs that's got 9-inch props. It's about 3 times the size, and it'll carry about 75 pounds. So, you know, again, that little Whoop there has its more fun and, you know, not as practical. So here is the 7-inch quad. It's just a video to show you how fast it'll go. It takes about 1 second, and it's above the clouds. It'll do 140 miles an hour, give or take, instantly. And there it goes, and it's gone. You can no longer see it. The difference is between this and the Mavic Air is the quads are FPV, meaning you use goggles, and they're much harder to fly. It took me about, 3 hours straight time just to be able to learn how to get it off the ground and hover in front of me. They're much harder and take a lot more practice, but they're extremely quick. You can get somewhere real fast. So onto the Mavic. So this is the Mavic Air. As you can see, it comes in a carry case that's pretty small, so it isn't much to transport. Um, you see here, I'm doing everything in one hand, but you can see the size of the drone itself. It folds up, and it's really small. Uh, it's about the size of a cell phone, just thicker, about the size of your hand. Um, this is the Fly More package. I've got some extra props in there that I purchased separately, but the Fly More comes with 4 of these batteries, um, and a couple extra doodads. This is the controller. You can get the whole Fly More package and the drone for, I believe Best Buy sells it for about 1,400. And this is what it looks like when it's unfolded. It's really not big, so as far as size goes, that's not an issue at all. And that's the whole package with your phone, your controller, and the drone. So size is not an issue when it comes to this. Maybe other things, but not this. So I'll show you what this can do as far as recon goes, or search and rescue. Let's send her up. So I try to bring the drone back down here because it's normally set at 6 feet, but I set it at 20 feet for some reason, for something I was doing. But you can do anything with these drones. You can set the height, you can set a path for it, you can do, it's just endless what you can do with these things. So right here I'm at 20 feet, and you can see the view's decent. But now I'm going to bring it up to 100 and, oh, I'm going to bring it up to 127 feet. But before I say that, right here, this is not a still shot. This is not a camera. You can see things on the left moving. This is actually live. So you can see how well these cameras work. You can get a lot of detail with these. So now I'm going up 127 feet. I believe it's 127. Now at 127 feet, you can see quite a bit. And at that point, you can't hear the drone at all. And it looks like a blip in the sky if you can see it. That's at 127 feet. Now, I'm going to bring it up higher, but at 127, you cannot see a drone. As you see, 127 feet on the screen right there. You cannot see the drone. This is what it looks like from the ground. And if I zoom in with the camera, you can start to see it. But the naked eye cannot see it very well at 127. Now this drone itself, I have set maxed out at 300 feet. You can go as high up to 1,500 feet. I just don't dare do that myself. So here we're going up to 200 feet. And once again, I just want to point out, this is not a still shot. This is how amazing these cameras are. They're on a gimbal that keeps it from moving. Right there today, there were southwest winds at 7 miles per hour. So that right there is a live shot at 7-mile-an-hour winds. So wind is not a factor. Turn it around. Sorry, that was my phone. Okay. Now we're at 204 feet. As you can see, the picture is still excellent. It also has a disc on the controller that you can scroll the gimbal so it points down just like that. So you do have some capabilities with the camera while you're flying. I typically don't use it unless it were to do something such as this to show its capabilities, or if I was to do recon or whatnot. Now, the pros to these drones, to this specific one, is the range. You can get about 3 or 4 miles. You can get about 20, I think 26 minutes out of a battery. I have 4 packs, so that's an hour of flight time. The other thing is the wind will not affect it, normal winds. But you can use them for search and rescue. You could use them for perimeter checks. You could use them to scout an area. If shit hit the fan and you thought you heard something somewhere, send the drone up. You don't have to worry about getting shot. And once again, This is not a still shot. This just blows my mind, the clarity. You can see the leaves on the tree moving, but it looks like the drone is sitting on a ledge. Uh, I bought a 4 pack of filters for this drone. You can buy filters, they're relatively inexpensive. It's like $30. And you get 4 lens filters. So that, might help make it a little clearer, but they're worth the money. So the other drones that I showed at the beginning, they don't have the flight time, but they're much, much faster. One good thing is they all take, pretty good selfies. So you can say hi to anybody that you want and send them a video of it. But the other drones are much faster. This drone on sport mode, which I did not click, will do 45 miles an hour. Typically it does about 15 or 20. The other ones, like I said, the 7-inch does 140 miles an hour. So, that could be used, the 7-mile range. You could use different things that you might want to drop off. If it was a war, should hit the fan and you were in combat, you could put, several different things on the drone and drop it off overhead and still get back in time for the battery not to be dead. This one could carry up to about 4 pounds. The 7-inch quad can carry up to about 20 pounds, and my larger drone can carry 75 pounds. So it's really limitless on what you can do with these things. So I just want to clarify that for prepping, I don't think they're a necessity, but they certainly make a lot of things much easier. And if you have a way to charge them, that's the main thing, then you've got tools at your hands that can help a lot. Hope that helped. Thanks.